Hello, today I'll be going over my DPS loadout for electricity. From the voltage tree, you will need Tesla Blast, Wired, Bioelectric Surge, Electroburst, Shockwave, Voltic Bolt, Electrogenesis and Arc Lightning. From the amperage tree, you will need Repulse, Attract, Circuit Breakers to supercharge, Electrostatic Bomb and Electrocute. In the iconic powers, I've got the two DPS ones, which is the 3% critical attack chance and the 10% critical attack damage. My loadout is Wired, Arc Lightning, Electrocute, Voltic Bolt, Electrogenesis, and the supercharge is Circuit Breaker. Now I'm going to go over my loadout. I was using before this loadout a burst loadout, which was mostly static push, overcharge, the robot sidekick, and Wired, which were the sort of pretty much the four main powers, and the supercharge was Circuit Breaker that I'm still using. It was a good loadout. It was doing good damage, but I didn't find it very fun. It was the animations are not all that great and everything, so I wanted to try out another loadout. This loadout doesn't you can't really use it with weapon mastery. You don't get the crit bonus or anything because of Electrocute, Voltic Bolt and Electrogenesis. If you see along the top there for each of the three powers, it says weapon mastery crit excluded, because these three powers are basically damage over time powers. So any power sets that have like powers that do damage over time, you normally have the crit, the 360 crit excluded from weapon mastery. But this loadout is still very good. Like I between the powers, I kind of still use the weapon mastery combos, so I still get good damage from my weapon. I'm still doing like 3,000 or 4,000 from my combo finishes. But what I do is I try and keep wired up at all times, and then Arc Lightning's very good for burst damage as well, but it also sets up the extra kind of the extra sort of power. It sets up like a different kind of damage over time set by using these four powers here. It also, like, by doing it in a certain way combination, you actually get power back. So if you go down on Arc Lightning there, at the bottom it says refunds a portion of its power cost when used immediately after Electrogenesis. If you go to the bottom of Electrogenesis, it says refunds a portion of its power cost when used immediately after Electroburst. So if you use Electrogenesis first, then straight after go to Arc Lightning, you'll get a portion of the power cost back. And you can also combo that into these two here. So if you go to the bottom of Electrocute, it says refunds a portion of its power cost when used immediately after Arc Lightning. So you can use Electrogenesis, then Arc Lightning, then Electrocute, and then at the bottom of Voltic Bolt it has the same thing again, but you can use it after immediately after Electroburst, Electrogenesis, Electrocute or Arc Lightning. So you could do Electrogenesis then Voltic Bolt and get the portion of the power back, or you could do Arc Lightning then into Voltic Bolt and get a portion of the power back, or combination of 2 of the other 3 powers that have this, and then into voltage bolt, and then you'll get the portion of the power back. But what I do is I use for the boss fights, I use electrogenesis, then into arc lightning, then electrocute, and then into voltage bolt, which then gives me quite a bit of the power back that I've used. Then by the time I've used those 4 powers, I can use wired again, or if it's not quite ready yet, I just do a weapon mastery combo, then back into my then I use the wired power again. What else was there? I was gonna say about this as well. Oh yeah, also the if you electrify the targets first, then hit them with electrogenesis, it also adds an electro charge to the target, which is like a damage over time, small ticks of damage. If you then use voltic bolt, it folds that electro charge into a bigger damage over time number, and then if once electrogenesis is ready to use again, you can use that, you put it back on the same target again, and then use voltic bolt, and it doubles the damage. So if you electrify the target like that, then put electrogenesis on, you'll see smaller ticks of damage. Then use voltic bolt, and you'll see that the damage is about double. And then this lasts for about 10 seconds, but you can then reuse voltic bolt again to refresh the damage over time, a bit like how nature's damage over times are with harvest. But then you can also use electrogenesis again, and then hit voltic bolt again, and it should up the damage again. So before we was getting about 400 to 500, now you're getting 600, 700s there. Another thing with arc lightning is, as you can see, it kind of has little bounces from target to target. It gives you quite a good, nice burst damage. It also electrifies the targets, which is also good for most of the other powers that I use, which need the electrify PI to be on to increase their damage. So you get the double ticks from electrocute when they're electrified. So it's quite an easy way to just do it one move, get a bit of burst damage, and then electrifies all the targets, and then you can use electrocute to get the double ticks. It also heals as well. I've been using it in alerts and a couple of raids, and I've noticed that I've been getting heals of like 500 to 600 on myself and to other people around me. It will bounce and it will hit a few other people in the group. So it's quite good for some of the alerts that if you're not taking a healer and you're using the 2 DPS, 1 tank, 1 controller. I mean, it's not going to do mega heals and be able to heal you constantly, but I mean, if you use that power quite often and you're getting heals of like 600 or so, I mean, you can use it, as you can see, quite often. It's like every few seconds. So you could actually like get a little bit of healing from it. It might be enough to just save you while you're blocking or waiting for your cola to finish on its cooldown. And I guess that'll also be good for when you're doing your solos or anything. You might need a little bit of healing. I thought it was quite a cool thing. So yeah, put electrogenesis on. As you can see, you get quite a lot of ticks of damage there. And then the circuit breaker supercharge, as you can see there, if I scroll down here, I can tell you exactly what it gives you in the buffs. It will give you a 50% critical weapon attack damage on yourself for 12 seconds and 25% critical weapon attack chance self for 12 seconds. So that's really good for your weapon combos. So maybe best way to use that is use the supercharge, then straight afterwards, or just before you use that, use wired, because wired also gives you a boost as well to your stats, as well as being able to apply the electrified PI to the targets. That gives you the 10% critical ability attack chance, which is 10% extra on your powers, and 10% critical weapon attack chance for you and the rest of the group, plus 15 might. So if you use wired, then the circuit breaker supercharge, and then just use combos. So if I it's a bit hard to tell on these sparring targets because I don't think they're completely accurate. So pretty much when you're using the circuit breaker, you only really want to be using the your weapon combos, and just try and keep wired up as much as possible. Then try and use the 4 powers. And as you can see above me there, I was getting some power back, and that wasn't from the sparring targets, because when you get power back from the sparring targets, you actually have that big glow of blue around you. See all them numbers that were coming up there, the blue numbers were all power that I was getting back from using the 4 powers in succession. Yeah, there you go. That's my electric DPS loadout. I've been using this the last couple of days now, and I have a lot of fun with it, and I do pretty good damage with it. You know, it's probably not the best loadout or best damage possible or whatever, but I have the most fun with this loadout. Yeah, so hopefully if you try this out and it works for you, it's great. Maybe let me know in the comments below what you think of this loadout. Okay, thanks for watching everyone. Bye.